The first 43 hours are violent as you pull and fight with the chain and collar. You refuse to sleep and are on high alert. You go from trying to slip your foot out of the chain to trying to fit your fingers between your neck and the collar, to wrapping the chain around your arm and pulling at the metal support beam where it's anchored. And still, in spite of the shock from the collar, screaming for short, inconsistent periods of time and at varying volumes. It doesn't last long, and it is never enough to bother my neighbors. You walk and sign to yourself as you pace the length of your chain. I say nothing and do nothing as I bring you food and water. Each time you demand answers, first vocally, then by signing. When you finally give in to sleep after that 43 hours, you are down and out for 11 hours straight. I haven't seen you sleep that long in the entire time I've been watching you. I set the cameras to motion detection and sleep when you do. You sleep for nearly 6 more hours than me. I don't mind watching you sleep, though. It's calming. I follow a strict pattern and schedule. 3 times a day at the exact same times every day. I bring you 2 plastic 500 milliliter bottles of water, 1 sandwich, peanut butter and strawberry jam. I don't deviate. I follow your diet, and I don't allow myself anything other than what I give you. You occasionally refill the water bottles from the sink in the bathroom, but not every day. When you do that, I also do it. And when you don't, I don't. It feels like a game between lovers. It brings a smile to my face. You bring a smile to my face. I am patiently waiting for you. The following 4 days after that are brittle, fragile shards of defiance as you skulk around and pace the length of your chain. In waves, you will act out. For a period of time, you will struggle to tear the collar from your neck, or the chain from your ankle, or the metal post. By day 5, I have to sedate you as you spiral, and you won't stop clawing at your ankle and at your neck. You scream despite the shock collar going off, and even though it cuts you off, you will scream again. You leave yourself with angry, bloody scratches on your legs. They trail up and down your throat and jawline caused by your own nails. I clean you up while you are unconscious and cradle you for just over an hour to sate my own desire to have contact with you. I take this time to brush the knots from your hair, to cut your nails short. I switch the collar with the charged one and to check your neck, and to switch the chain from one ankle to the other. I check you over, and there is bruising and some burning from the collar, along with bruising from the chain around your ankle. But these are necessary evils. I don't interfere with anything else. It breaks my heart to see you fighting so hard. But it is a lesson you must learn alone, and a struggle you must go through without me. I had to let you tire yourself out like a child throwing a temper tantrum, but I couldn't stand to watch that self-destructive behavior through my computer screen upstairs when you began to claw at yourself. I haven't visited you outside of when I bring you food and water and the 1 round of sedation on Tuesday. I continue to say nothing and do nothing aside from placing the brown paper bag holding your sandwich and 2 water bottles at the edge of where your chain ends. I knew it would hurt me to leave you like this, but I knew that this would make you stronger. Make us stronger. By day 6, You have stilled entirely and don't leave the mattress unless it is to get your food or go to the bathroom. You are calm and quiet. There is no way you haven't realized the change to your hair, your nails, the collar, and the chain. That night at dinner, I reward you with a single tangerine added to the brown paper bag. I wait, and I watch. You and I are at a crossroads. Everything from this point on will have to be carefully calculated depending on how you react to each action that follows. You sit on the floor and in front of the paper bag, and when you open the bag, you see the tangerine. You pull it out of the bag and hold it to your nose. I watch you as you breathe deeply, taking in the scent and just reveling in it for a while. You eat half of it slowly before your sandwich and save the second half for later. You are uncertain about if you'll get another, so for now, it's something to be treasured. The next day, you are calm and quiet again. You collect all of the garbage that has accumulated during your stay. You have folded the previous bags neatly and lined up the empty water bottles where I usually put your food. All of this before I bring you your breakfast. I remove the garbage without a word, but I give you a small smile. This time at dinner, along with the tangerine, I place a toothbrush and a small tube of toothpaste in the paper bag. The next day, I reward you with a towel, washcloth, and a bar of soap. Each day that you are calm and quiet, I reward you at dinner time. You attempt to sign twice, but I smile apologetically and leave. Communication wasn't on the table just yet. On the 12th day, I delay your food and water by 4 hours. You had already grown accustomed to the strict regiment schedule that I had provided. You knew when I was supposed to be there, and now you are expectant. Your meals are the only break from the monotony in your day, and now with the reward, you may not mean to show it, but you get excited. For that brief period of time, your thoughts aren't introspective, but outward. Even if we say nothing, you are still thinking of me and my brief smile. Even if you are not thinking nice things about me just yet, you are still thinking about me, asking questions even if you aren't talking or signing, and filling in the blanks with your own mind. At the beginning, you were still communicating as you cussed me out and signed angrily. Humans are inherently social. Even if it was anger, there was a desire to express that you were angry. If you were happy, it was often the same. It wasn't just a desire to talk it up over coffee, but a survival mechanism. Humans evolved to be social. They had an innate, biologically driven ability to develop and form interpersonal connections. The human brain did not just want socialization. It actually thrived because of it. Take that away from any human by isolating them without any outside stimuli, and over time they would behave irrationally. Some humans even going as far as to create anthropomorphic beings in their head. Inanimate objects could be given names and a personality. Humans relied on other humans. And now, you rely on me. At first, around the regular time I arrive, you are sitting on the edge of the mattress and waiting patiently. After a half an hour, I can see you are fidgeting as you move forward, sitting cross-legged on the floor. Your fingers are brushing across the carpet impatiently. By the time the first hour goes by, you won't take your eyes off the door. You are pacing. You are anxious. You are waiting for me. Now, even if unintentionally, it is not just about the food, but where I am. One requires the other. The ladder of benefit cannot be climbed without me, and you have come to the poignant realization that I haven't voiced, but am hoping to enlighten you today. That if I didn't come back, if I couldn't come back, what would happen to you? You were dependent on me, and you are coming to that realization now. You are an abandoned house pet with no means of caring for yourself. There could be food in a nearby locked cupboard, and you would still starve to death. So close to what you deign to be freedom, and yet dependent on someone else to survive. You have no clock to see the time, but you are very aware of the time going by. I wait and watch you closely. When it nears the time I have planned to go down, I move to the bathroom and lay out gauze and surgical tape. I take a razor and make an incision just above my eyebrow. I apply the gauze and the tape and press down, allow it to bleed through just a little. I don't feel anything while doing it. It's simply a means to an end. I have done a mental cost-benefit analysis, and this allowed me to take into account that a small cut and a little blood now would garner what I wanted in the future. You are a bleeding heart, my sweet love, whereas I'm a numbers guy. The cost of the injury was very small, and the benefits gained would be many. I wait until it is exactly 4 hours and take the brown paper bag and an extremely soft blanket downstairs with me. I specifically found the softest one I could in a neutral tone. You would want comfort tonight, and I could give that to you. This time, I have added an orange and a chocolate bar to your meal. The benefits of my amazing, if late, return would need to be celebrated. I quicken my breathing and carefully place a look of worry on my face. I pause after I unlock the door, and there is silence from the other side. You couldn't hear the locks or me coming downstairs. I rush forward with that look of worry, and the first thing I hear is the stark sound of the chain dragging behind you as you rush forward. You are signing aggressively, but I put down the blanket and the paper bag first. You are barely a foot away from me, and your hands are moving in a frenzied manner. Your eyes have already seen the bloody gauze. You are asking where I was, what happened, and I am signing at the same time. I tell you that I'm sorry, so very sorry, and I start to talk about my car. It's nonsense, of course, but the relief on your face from seeing me is absolutely delightful. As you watch me closely, I tell you how I was in a car accident. At this, the fright flashes clearly across your face. You ask if I'm okay. If I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm more than okay. It was undoubtedly a reflex to ask, but for now, the small victories are still victories. Every inch we move together in the right direction could be seen as miles of land conquered. I have achieved what I wanted to. I tell you that I am sore, that I hit my head, but that I'm okay. Your eyes trace my face, and you look so relieved. It is clear that just for a moment, just one moment, you have forgotten that you are my briefly abandoned house pet, that you are my captive, that there is a chain, that there is a collar, that you are mine, and just for a moment, I am yours.